facing manslaughter and child neglect charges for the death of her boyfriend's 4-year-old son in a hot vehicle last year. Several children on Ormond Beach were struck by a vehicle that veered off a nearby roadway. None of the injuries are life-threatening. Former Florida Democratic gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum wants to register at least 1 million voters in an effort to make Florida a blue state in 2020. A Florida Senate committee has postponed a school safety bill that would make teachers eligible to carry weapons in the classroom. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has retired hurricane names Michael and Florence. Marine workers in St. Augustine helping an injured sea turtle discovered and rescued a raccoon out at sea. He was sitting on a channel marker. And SeaWorld Orlando has filed a series of building permits for another new attraction. SeaWorld says it plans to open at least one new attraction every year. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Thursday will be a nice day with sunshine, some clouds at times, especially during the morning hours. A bit on the breezy side as well, the high 72 to 76. Then clear and cool Thursday night, those ranging from the mid-40s in the coolest inland spots to the low 50s along the coast. For Friday, a gorgeous day with lots of sunshine, the high 73 to 77. And for Saturday, mostly sunny and pleasant with a high of 72 at the coast, 79 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention and God bless America. The NFL alumni is sponsoring a Clays for Kids, a sporting event to benefit the Marion County Champions for Champions. The event will take place at the Robinson Ranch in Inglis, Florida on Saturday, April 6th. Call 352-462-0380 for detailed information. The NFL alumni will provide gift bags, breakfast, lunch, prizes, and drawings throughout the day. Call 352-462-0380 for detailed information on the Clay for Kids sporting event hosted by the NFL alumni.
Experience the largest aerospace expo in the South as Sun and Fun returns to the skies of Lakeland April 2nd through 7th. It's not just an air show, it's everything aviation. Walk among hundreds of aircraft, browse over 500 exhibits and activities, then be amazed at daily air shows with breathtaking aerobatic flights by the world's top pilots featuring the U.S. Navy Blue Angels. See dozens of mighty warbirds fly, from vintage bombers to modern fighter jets, and feel the heat of a 1,000-foot wall of fire. Florida residents, buy a ticket for Saturday, April 6th and get Sunday, April 7th for free. Come all day Saturday and stay for the night air show with its amazing Star Dance Spectacular drone light show, aerobatic flyers, plus a fireworks display. Then return Sunday for an additional show. That's 3 shows for the price of 1. Make plans now to bring the whole family and experience the past, present, and future of aviation at the Sun and Fun International Fly-In and Expo. Children under 10 free. For additional ticket information and show schedules, visit us at flysnf.org.
All right, 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Nice looking morning. Let's see, 74 degrees is the expected high today. Right now it's 55, by the way. 46 the expected low tonight. No mention of rain. Partly cloudy skies is all she says, Robin.
Yeah, all she says.
Tomorrow, same thing. Saturday, pretty much the same thing. Sunday, pretty much the same thing. It does get a little bit warmer by Sunday. It looks like 80 degrees. And then Monday, again, 80 degrees. Tuesday, again, 80 degrees. Wednesday, dropping to 70 for some reason. They're thinking it's going to get colder for a little dip next week. And then Thursday, back to 78.
Okay.
So there you go. There's the amateur weatherman forecast.
Nice.
Thought I would share that with you.
Thank you.
So we had a nice but bittersweet letter yesterday. So let's start with that one. Randy Jackson passed away. He was 93 years old. He was a baseball player with the Brooklyn Dodgers, right?
Yep, handsome Randy Jackson.
And handsome Randy Jackson, right? They called him Ransom, right? He was a third-star baseman for the Chicago Cubs in the 1950s, and the last Brooklyn Dodger to hit a home run. He died at home after a brief illness at the age of 93. The news came to us in the form of a letter that was complimentary to us.
Yes.
Which was really, really sweet. I mean, the guy, I remember the interview too. He was a great interview. So he enjoyed the interview, according to what we saw, right? He thought it was one of his best interviews?
Yep, from his publicist. He said it was the best.
Now, that's a nice thing to hear, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we really put a lot into it, and especially from a sports guy, because you know me with sports.
Yeah. Well, then his publicist, Galen White, sent us another email, and he said Handsome Ransom said this was his best interview ever, and he said they don't know much about baseball, but they sure are fun.
Oh, good.
I love that.
In other words, he knew. He knew.
Yeah, we couldn't
who
fool
he was
him.
talking to. Yeah,
And we didn't even try. We were just ourselves. So
Yeah.
I thought that was a great compliment. His Galen's letter made me cry.
Well, let me tell you something.
That was just so touching.
It is touching, and it's really sweet to hear that kind of thing. I love that kind of feedback. We really do try hard to make sure that each interview is as fair to the person being interviewed and as fair to the listeners as possible. Some of them are scheduled for such a short period of time. It's if we have a disagreement with somebody who's got an opinion kind of an interview. In his case, it wouldn't have been. In his case, it was his life. But
yes.
But I think sometimes we get criticized for not jumping on somebody who said something that they know, that our listeners know we disagree with. You got 10 minutes. You give somebody an opportunity to express their thoughts. That's their thoughts. If I disagree with them and don't say something, and usually I do say something actually, but once in a while, there'll be a guest on and he's telling me all his thoughts. Now, if he absolutely is condescending toward another human being, and I think that other person needs to be defended a little bit, which is what happens to Donald Trump. And P.S., for those of you who remember, we did this show during other presidents too.
Yes.
I was always defending the presidents, no matter who they were. It doesn't matter if they were being very condescending toward the president in an unfair and almost unprovable way. Then I would always say, "Come on, why do you do that? Why don't you just talk about the facts and the case?" But anyway, that's only the political ones, which is why I try to stay away from political interviews anymore. I made this decision. Remember?
I do.
I said, no, I don't want to talk to people who talk in politics. Somebody running for office, that's a different story.
Yeah,
especially
right.
local. But
but no, this the letter from Galen was wonderful, and it really was an honor speaking with Handsome Ransom. He was absolutely amazing, not only in his professional life. He always took the time to be with people, have a kind word and things. He raised a wonderful family. And plus, he would always donate his time to different causes in his community. He is absolutely an amazing man, and he has left a wonderful, wonderful legacy.
There you go. Jackson was selected to the National League All-Star team in 1954 and 55, but his best year was 53 when he hit 285 with 19 home runs. As soon as I start reading scores, everybody knows I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just reading it. But anyway, yeah, that was a sweet letter. And just to clarify for the listeners, the Galen Robin is referring to is the gentleman who represented Mr. Jackson.
Yes, his publicist, Galen
Not the
White.
same Galen that you hear us talk to from Life South.
Right, exactly.
Two different Galens, just so you know.
Exactly. But thank you so much, Galen, for giving us all of the history of Handsome Ransom. He was quite a man.
Yeah, 93. Okay.
Made a huge impact.
Too bad the other Galen is not with us today. We'll have to remember to talk to him on Monday when he comes back from his trip.
Yeah.
Well, Monday we'll be talking about his trip.
Yeah.
Tuesday we'll bring up...
Handsome Ransom.
Yeah, Handsome Ransom.
Yeah. He was wonderful.
Let's see, starting with low, easy stories. A raccoon was found on a channel marker out in the ocean.
Oh, my.
Do you hear what I'm saying? A raccoon.
I know, was found on a channel marker.
On a channel marker out in the ocean.
On the East Coast?
You know what? I think on my report that I give, I say St. Augustine, but it was Sarasota. So.
Oh, okay.
So if you hear my report that says St. Augustine, it's supposed to be Sarasota.
Wow.
But anyway, it was down on the southwest coast of Florida. So the folks from the Moat Marine Laboratory and Aquarium, they were out there trying to help an injured turtle. Well, what do they see on a channel marker floating out in the ocean or in the Gulf of Mexico? A raccoon. And they try to get the raccoon. And what does the raccoon do? It jumps into the water to swim away from them because you're not touching me. The likelihood is that the raccoon went out there on his own and then said, uh-oh. And there's a place. Let me get up on that thing.
Yeah, he was probably drug out by the surf.
Something happened, right?
Yeah, so did they get him eventually?
They did get him. They put him in a cooler.
Oh.
I think that was just to keep their fingers from being bit.
I think so, too.
And then they brought him to dry land and let him go, and he had a story to tell to his friends.
Yeah, because he would have been fish food if they wouldn't have seen him there and captured him and rescued him.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like that visual.
Wow.
Not that I want to see the raccoon dead, but I can picture like a big old... Fish don't care.
Yeah.
Fish have no feelings.
No.
They will eat you in one bite if they can.
Yes, they will.
And they don't even look like they're sad. They don't even look like they are enjoying their food.
No.
The fish, just eat it.
That's it.
Just,
That's it.
I'm done. Okay, that's it.
That's it.
I'll blow some stuff out my gills. That's it.
They need to eat.
The names of 2 hurricanes have been retired. Hurricane Michael will be no more, and Hurricane Florence will also be no more. The 2 letters in the alphabet, F and M, have been replaced with Francine and Milton. So next time you hear an F hurricane, well, I think this won't actually happen until 2024. So we've already got names for 2021, 2020, 2022, etc.
Yeah, no, they're all on top of things. The National Weather Bureau Service.
The Florida Senate committee, I should say, has postponed considering a safety bill that would make some teachers eligible to carry a weapon into the classroom. So that's on hold, I guess. Andrew Gillum's big announcement yesterday. We were supposed to find out, and we did. Was he going to run for president? Well, turns out no.
Oh, there you go.
Was he going to run for the Senate? Turns out no. What he wants to do, his big announcement, was he wants to register at least 1 million voters in the state of Florida to make the state swing blue in the 2020 presidential race. So let's think about this for a second.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to get 1 million people, and you think you're going to persuade all of them to vote the party you want them to vote?
Yeah, exactly.
That is not the way I would recommend anybody vote.
No.
I would recommend you vote based on what the person has said and or has done. More important, more weight on what has been done. What has that person done in the past? Because anybody can say anything. What they've done holds more weight than what they will do.
That's right.
Which is kind of weird that we have a president who never served in any office because we didn't know what he might do because he's never held an office before other than, business offices.
Right.
But anyway, so...
Well, I guess Andrew Gillum wants to have a bunch of lemmings because I, as a registered voter for a long time, am a free thinker. And I vote for whoever I think is the best person. I never, ever, ever vote party, ever. And Andrew Gillum, you got to give people credit.
Okay, and to give him credit, I mean, it is a good idea to get more people to be registered to vote. To have, as few people as show up as it is.
Yeah,
now,
exactly.
I think in 2020, we're going to have a landslide of people voting because there's a lot of people who don't want Trump to stay in and a lot of people who want to make sure he stays in. So a lot of people will be going to vote that day. And unfortunately for the other candidates on the ballot and the other important things on the ballot that day, unfortunately, most people, well, not most, well, maybe most.
Yeah.
Many people, anyway, who vote that day won't even know what they're writing in. They're just kind of pick people willy-nilly. That's what's going to happen that day.
Exactly.
They're going to be there for the presidential election, and that's it. They're not going to really consider some of the other important things that will be on there. And
exactly.
That's just part of the way the game is played. But I think, encouraging people to vote is always a good thing.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have an agenda. He should just go out and encourage people to vote for the best candidate of their choice.
Absolutely.
And those elected officials forget that, all whatever party they're registered as when they run, not everybody in their party votes for them. People in other parties vote for them, and they forget that. Very sad.
All right, let's see. More things to tell you about. March Madness has truly arrived with the first Thursday of the NCAA tournament. You can tell I'm reading because I don't know anything about this stuff. 16 games from 4 regional sites are on tap. National title contenders Kentucky, Gonzaga, and Michigan State are in action along with mid-majors hoping to be this year's Cinderella that makes a run to the Final Four in Minneapolis. There you go.
Okay.
Flooding continues across the Midwest. The Missouri River is expected to crest today in St. Joseph, Missouri, at its 3rd highest level on record, according to the National Weather Service. Further north in that state, 130 people were urged to leave their Atchison County homes because of the levees that look like they're going to break.
Gosh, so scary.
As of yesterday, major flooding has been reported from South Dakota and Minnesota, southeast through parts of Nebraska and Iowa, and down to the area of southern Illinois and eastern Missouri.
Prayers for all of those areas.
Passengers in modern pickup trucks are at a higher risk of injury or death than the drivers, according to a new research study. A majority of 2-row pickup trucks struggled to maintain their structure in a new round of crash tests designed to gauge what happens when the front right corner of the vehicle smashes something.
Gosh.
Wow. The IIHS has been performing driver-side small overlap front crash tests since 2012, which is when the left corner collides with another vehicle or hits an object. Of the 5 pickup trucks that had a marginal performance, 4 were General Motors vehicles: the Chevrolet Silverado 1500, the Chevrolet Colorado, the GMC Canyon, and the GMC Sierra 1500. The other was the Nissan Frontier.
Gosh.
A New Jersey teenager who says he was denied acceptance into the National Honor Society because of his support of President Donald Trump has been invited to the White House for an event today. His name is Boris Kizanko. He made his claim back in January after run-ins with administrators at Holmdel High School that included making a T-shirt that said, "Make Holmdel Great Again." And he posted a Trump quote on his class's Instagram account, according to Patch. School Superintendent Robert McGarry said politics are not a factor in selecting National Honor Society members.
I didn't think it was.
It sounds like it was in this case.
In this case, yeah.
Sounds like it was.
In this case, yes.
Today marks the last day to use gift cards at Charlotte Russe stores.
Oh.
The fashion retailer filed for bankruptcy, Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in February. The liquidation sales began earlier this month. The chain's 416 stores are now entering their final days. All are expected to close by the end of the month.
Wow.
There you go. So if you have a Charlotte Russe gift card, use it today.
There you go.
I don't even know what that is, Robin. I guess it's a ladies' clothing store.
The ladies' clothing store, yeah.
We have one in Ocala?
I think we got one in the mall.
We do?
I think we do, yeah.
Wow.
I think there's one here.
So Sears is gone? Payless Shoes is gone?
Yeah.
And if we have one of those, that's gone?
Yep.
And didn't we hear that Victoria's Secret was perhaps going to go?
Oh, we did? I didn't hear that. Did you have that in your news and I didn't hear it?
I thought the parent company. Or is that the parent company? Maybe that is the parent company.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern says New Zealand is immediately banning assault rifles, high-capacity magazines, and military-style semi-automatic rifles. Similar, she says, to the one used in last Friday's attacks on 2 Christchurch mosques. So,
it was a terrorist attack. It was a massacre.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Morning, guys.
Whoa. Good morning, Hugh. How you doing?
Pretty good, thank you. See, online shopping is really going to cause shopping centers a lot of problems in the future.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah, I know it happened in Milwaukee in a couple of places. Before you know it, all the big guys were gone and all the little guys came in and it would turn out to be nothing, you know.
What is interesting about what you're saying right there is that you're starting to see like Amazon bookstores, the brick and mortar stores. So the very thing that they're taking away, they're putting back.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. It's just a sign of the times. It's so easy to shop online. I know we have, my wife has for quite a few years now. Christmas shopping, birthday shopping. I mean, you just sit back at home and you do your shopping, and it's so easy. So it's a thing of the future now and the future.
Yeah, I don't know. And we got this huge empty Sears building over here. Let's hope something takes its place.
Yeah, I hope Costco comes in.
Perfect. You guys, did you see the supermoon this morning on the way to work?
I did.
Any what?
Supermoon. Did you see the supermoon?
I did not see Superman. No.
Supermoon.
Oh, Supermoon. No, I didn't see him either.
No, I did. It was huge.
They say that the moon is 2,000 miles closer at that point than any other time during the year. It happens a couple of times, but it's quite spectacular. I really enjoy looking at the moon, and when you look up there and you think, boy, it's going on 50 years since man's been on the moon. By now we should have colonies up there and all kinds of stuff, but I know what's happened in the last 50 years. Nothing.
I guess that's all about to happen again. Hey, by the way, we have a guest later on that you might be interested in if you like that kind of stuff. Andrew Fazekas from National Geographic. He wrote a book called Backyard Guide to the Night Sky, so you might want to tune in at 10:35 for that one.
I'll be looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see. I am part of the problem, by the way, with the retailers, because I do use the online stuff.
I do too. I use the online stuff, but but I do like brick and mortar stores for my shoes. I have to try on my shoes because each cut is a different size for me, and I need to try on my clothes because I like to know what it looks like on me before I buy it. So I won't buy clothes and I won't buy shoes over the internet, but I do buy like fun things, and books and stuff like that on the internet.
But I like the bookstore. I like the Barnes & Noble store.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I like going there and buying a book from them, and then I have a drink or something.
Let's see. A bill that was recently filed in Florida's House and Senate would allow people to get driver's licenses regardless of their immigration status. So illegal immigrants would be allowed to have driver's licenses. The fear of those who are illegal or undocumented is that a driver's license, are you kidding? Then everybody's going to know I'm here. But they say, nope, don't worry about that. We got that covered. We will not, leak the information. We just want you to be licensed to drive in the state of Florida. So I don't know.
That's not right. That's not right. Because once you get a driver's license, you're going to have to get a vehicle. And once you get a vehicle, you're going to have to get insurance. And they need to know your place of residence and stuff. And they're not going to do it. They're not going to get insurance. They're going to be haphazard on the road. No, I think we got to put our feet down. If you want to have the privileges of being in this country, being in our state, you need to be here legally.
Yeah, just
follow the rules. That's it.
Go through the process.
Go through the process. Certainly go through the process.
What I would like to know, what I would like to ask somebody, if it takes years and years and years to become a citizen, right? Mm-hmm. And you are in the process of doing that, we should make it able to, for those people, if they're taking the steps, it's not their fault if the government has these long lines, right? It's not their fault.
Yeah.
So if they're at least making an effort, then maybe something should be allowed to them. But I hear what you're saying, and I think you're right. But I think if you're trying to, we heard 20 years in one case, remember?
Yeah, we did.
So if it takes 20 years, that's a crazy amount of time. We got to fix that problem. If somebody wants to be a citizen, there should be, here's the procedure, here's the paperwork, here are the tests, here's what you got to do and show us, and then let's move on to the next thing. But if it takes a long time, if there's a good reason why it should take a long time, and those people have started the ball rolling, and they want to work here, and they want to drive safely and do everything right, because there's a lot of people who do want to do everything right.
Yeah.
Then I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be included in that. So I'm halfway where you are, and I'm halfway where these people are. Good morning. You're on the air. Why is it so loud?
Good morning. Driving an automobile is not a right. It is a privilege granted by the 50 states. There is a requirement that you display skill in handling the motor vehicle before a license is granted. What you have a right to do is ride a horse. or a bicycle. But a motor vehicle, there's a skill required that has to be demonstrated before the license is granted. Okay. And I don't want to get into a situation where, we're having driver's licenses admitted in 15 languages because, what kind of skill does the person really have, if he doesn't understand the road signs?
That's right. Exactly.
Okay, so let me take everything you said and tell you that I agree with everything you said. But I also want to point out that we never said, nobody ever said, not the people in the news, nor Robin or myself, ever said that it was a right. And I think all three of us agree.
That's tricky language. They fight the fight, but they say it.
Okay, but all three of us agree that you should have to prove that you are eligible to drive if you are allowed to drive. Robin took that, and that was an already established thing, I think, in this conversation. But Robin took it to the insurance part of the conversation, and she's right. They're going to have to buy insurance, and they're probably not going to, so they're going to violate that law. But if they don't, I'm not going to make an assumption across the board, because a lot of people will buy insurance. But I think the people who want to be citizens and show that they want to be should be allowed to get a license even before they are citizens, if it's not their fault that it takes so long for that citizenship, to take place.
Yeah. We probably should streamline the process so that those that want to do it legally don't have to navigate a ton of red tape. Probably trim it down at least to a half a ton.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, thank you, Jim.
Okay.
Yeah, and he always makes intelligent comments, and I appreciate that. And I don't disagree with anything he said. But nobody said that we were saying it was a right to drive. We understand that. And nobody said people should be allowed to drive if they have no driving skills. That was never said either. Mm-mm. It was presumed that was the case, that somebody driving has the skills but just has no license. But then you pointed out that with no license, that means they also have no insurance. That's an awesome, very good point, Robin. And that's really, really true. So to be able to drive legally, you have to, A, have a license, B, have insurance, right?
Right.
And C, be a citizen. That's what this is about.
Exactly.
Should that C need to be there? Should you need to be a citizen in order to drive? I think it's a good thing to say, yeah, I think you should be a citizen, but I think there should be a caveat that says, okay, well, wait a minute. If you're close to being a citizen, if you've done everything in your power to become a citizen, you've taken every step you can take, mm-hmm. and you can document, and it's all verifiable somewhere. But the government just dragged their feet on making the final step, taking the final step and allowing you to be a citizen. Mm-hmm. Then I think there should be the right of the state, in this case Florida, to say, okay, this guy over here has been trying really hard. He's done everything. All we're doing is waiting for Uncle Sam. I think he should be given a driver's test over at the Highway Patrol and be allowed to have a license if he passes the test.
I agree with you on that, as long as they're showing an effort to be a citizen.
Yeah. So there you go. There's our discussion. And P.S., the discussion that the three of us just had right now makes more sense and was done in a quicker form than most of the elected officials I watch on TV.
Yeah.
It is or on the internet anymore. I don't really watch them on TV. But it's just unbelievable how nothing is ever said of any substance. Nobody ever has any real great debatable points. Mm-mm. It is unbelievable. And I'm not talking just, oh my gosh, in Congress, the highest level of government, aside from the presidency, mm-hmm. It's unbelievable what the things you hear people say.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, we went over time. All right, let's get out of here. We'll be right back. Galen is not with us today because he's out in the ocean somewhere. Or swimming in some turquoise blue water somewhere.
Looking for his camera he lost a couple of years ago.
Looking for his lost shaker of salt. What's that song? Looking
Jimmy
for
Buffett.
his lost shaker of salt? Mm-hmm. Are you lost?
Margaritaville.
Does this guy need some help? All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala. Where's the music? Oh, yeah, I like when this... We'll be right back. Come on, kids.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. A 27-year-old Orange County woman is facing manslaughter and child neglect charges for the death of her boyfriend's 4-year-old son in a hot vehicle last year. Several children on Ormond Beach were struck by a vehicle that veered off a nearby roadway. None of the injuries are life-threatening. Former Florida Democratic gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum wants to register at least 1 million voters in an effort to make Florida a blue state in 2020. A Florida Senate committee has postponed a school safety bill that would make teachers eligible to carry weapons in the classroom. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has retired hurricane names Michael and Florence. Marine workers in St. Augustine helping an injured sea turtle discovered and rescued a raccoon out at sea. He was sitting on a channel marker. And SeaWorld Orlando has filed a series of building permits for another new attraction. SeaWorld says it plans to open at least one new attraction every year. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Thursday will be a nice day with sunshine, some clouds at times, especially during the morning hours. A bit on the breezy side as well, the high 72 to 76. Then clear and cool Thursday night, those ranging from the mid-40s in the coolest inland spots to the low 50s along the coast. For Friday, a gorgeous day with lots of sunshine, the high 73 to 77. And for Saturday, mostly sunny and pleasant with a high of 72 at the coast, 79 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
If you've been waiting for just the right time to stock up on azaleas, then your wait is over. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens has more azaleas in one place than anyone in town, and they absolutely will sell them for less. Dwarf, ever-blooming red ruffles are just $3.99, and they've got a great selection of dwarf to semi-dwarf azaleas in purple, red, white, pink, dark pink, plus pink and white. They're just $8.50 each when you buy 10 or more. Boston ferns, regularly $19.99. They're just $6.99. Want more? All indoor foliage is 20% off, and there's a BOGO on Confederate jasmine. Tree sale, too. Buy one at Bob's everyday low price and get a second tree just like it for half price. Huge selection of trees starting as low as $39.99. It's Bob Wine's, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3, in the same blooming place since 1952.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
AccuSleep offers a safe and effective medical option for those who suffer from sleep disorders of all kinds. AccuSleep makes restoring healthy sleep patterns possible. No medication, no surgery, just good sound sleep. Mend your sleep so you can stop counting sheep. Experience restorative sleep at AccuSleep, the acupuncture sleep clinic in Ocala by calling 352-615-5566.
Friends, countrymen, tourists, and Ocalans, lend me your ears. Hey, speaking of ears, there is an opportunity for you to help feed and provide good maintenance, housing, and medical care for Marion County's rescued big cats, bears, monkeys, and other disabled or unreleasable wild and exotic animals. Take a tour on Wednesdays or Saturdays of the Endangered Animal Rescue Sanctuary. Adults $20, children 12 and under just $12. Call 352-266-2859 for any questions. All right, thank you for tuning in. 6 minutes after 8 o'clock, nice looking Thursday. Made it to Thursday. Hey, today we have a full hour of Veterans News for those who are not maybe familiar with our weekly schedule. Every Thursday we have Veterans News on WOCA. It's been in place for I'm saying 15 years maybe, because you and I have been here 16. I know it started about a year after we started.
Yeah.
Every week it's on every Thursday at 9:00, and usually it's a half hour, but once a month it's a full hour. And the rest of the week, Joe Martone and Gary Pascal host the show. On the hour-long show. I think Joe is coming here actually to host it today for the hour-long show. But
with the doctors.
But the focus is the doctors and the nurses from the VA. And so if you are a veteran, you know a veteran, then you might want to tune in and see what kind of information they have. The truth is that during the 1 hour with the VA, the health information applies to all of us. The only thing that would be different is if it's part of your veterans benefit package, then that wouldn't apply to the rest of us as far as covering the cost of it or offering transportation. You know, that is something that if you're a veteran, you've earned that, and the rest of us haven't. But that's the only thing that's really different. I mean, if they're telling you, you know, health-related things, that you can apply it to your own life as well. So just thought I'd point that out. And another PS, while I'm on the topic, if you would like to be part of a really good group, Vets Helping Vets here in Ocala is an amazing group. A lot of people around the country, different organizations, are trying to emulate what they do. And so that's good, because it means they're doing something right. We have a really, really honorable Veterans Park in Ocala.
Oh, we do. It's wonderful.
To the credit of the ladies and gentlemen that put that together all those years ago, and to the credit of those who still maintain it, we do have a really great. It's a nice way to show some respect to some people who have earned more respect than most of us will ever earn in our lifetimes. The only people that might be in that same category are firefighters and police officers and highway patrolmen, etc. And teachers, you know, they're in that category too.
Yeah.
Radio hosts are not. Okay.
No.
I don't care. I mean, you can look at some of your radio hosts and think that they've said some pretty amazing things that helped you think things through. I'm probably not one of them, but I think it's the ladies and gentlemen that we call veterans or first responders that are the true VIPs in our society. The word VIP just gets to me, you know, because for example, I don't mean to go on a tangent here, but I am. But for example, you go downtown, right, and you're at an event and you're looking for a place to park, and it's a very popular event, and you say, well, good, I'm glad it's popular, and let me find a place to park. Oh man, I should have got here earlier. There's no place to park. I'm going to have to park, you know, half a mile away and then walk back. Okay, I can put up with that. Okay, but then you're walking past City Hall, and there are people sitting in chairs, and there are empty parking spaces, and they have a sign that says VIP.
Yes.
What?
I know.
Is there for very important people? So is there a parking spot that says, you know what, you are a VIP if you are a veteran? No, there's not, because you know who the VIPs are? The VIPs are the people who paid money for some kind of a certificate that they can put on their dashboard and feel like big shots.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they were given a certificate, you know, so they can put it on their dashboard and feel like a big shot.
Right, exactly.
I said to them one time, and I know these kids, they're just working. There's no point in really trying to make a point with them, but I said one time, is there a somewhat important parking lot?
Yeah, right.
Is there a parking lot for the somewhat important people?
Yeah.
Is there a parking lot for the totally unimportant people?
Exactly.
No, there's no parking lot for that person.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I've always had a problem with the VIP. If it said veterans only, you know how much grief they would get from the rest of the community?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Why is it veterans only? That's not fair. You know, people would say that. Well, you didn't do what the veteran did. You didn't serve the country the way they did. You didn't say to your country, I'm willing to die.
Yeah.
I'm willing to die for the service of my country. That's what I'm willing to do. So yeah, I'm pretty important. I may not be rich, but I'm important.
Yeah.
And yeah, that'd be nice. I'd like to see that. I wouldn't mind parking a mile away. If I walked past that parking lot and I saw those young people out there with those signs that said veterans only, veterans parking only.
Exactly.
But the problem would be the rest of the community who doesn't think like I do would have a big problem with that.
Yeah. Huge.
But You can sit there with a sign that says VIP all you want, and the rest of the community doesn't care. Oh, these are very important people.
Exactly.
They should be allowed to park here.
That's right.
It drives me nuts every single time I see that.
That's right. Especially at City Hall, where that is erected with taxpayer dollars. Not with the dollars by the VIP people, it's by taxpayers. Ordinary people.
I mean, can you imagine? Okay, you're in a car, and you've got your dad in the car, and your dad served in the war, right? And nobody else in the car did, but your dad did. And there's a VIP parking place, right?
Right.
And you pull up and say, can I pull in and let my dad out, and then we'll go park someplace else? Well, do you have that green piece of paper? What green piece of paper? Oh, you need to pay to be a VIP. Oh, he already paid. He served in the war. I just want to let him out. I'm sorry, you can't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you don't understand. We're not going to leave the car here, and none of the rest of us are going to get out here. But he is, because he is a very important person. Well, who is he? He's my dad.
Yeah.
Well, what is that? Well, he's just a veteran from the war. Which war? What difference does that make?
That's right.
He served America.
Exactly.
Come on. He's a very important person.
Exactly.
No, I'm sorry, you can't come in here. You know that's the way it's going to be.
Of course.
And you can't blame those kids because they're just hired to do that.
Yeah, or they're volunteered for community service hours. They're high school students, so they volunteer.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Galen Unold is not with us today. He is in the Caribbean. Good morning, ladies. How you doing? He's in the Caribbean. He's on a boat called the Symphony of the Seas.
Yes.
And enjoying the Caribbean. Nice weather in the Caribbean right now, from what I understand. Right?
Yes.
I think that if you go during this time of year, you're probably going to have good weather, right? So you don't want to go during hurricane season. You never know, right?
Right.
Because you can't pick it like the day before. Like he booked his cruise 2 years earlier.
Yeah, he did.
So it's a smart move on his part to put it in March, right?
Exactly.
Because you never know. Sometimes there are storms, but you just never know.
Yeah.
All right. So Galen will come on from Life South Community Blood Center to remind us that there is no blood supply unless we donate blood. So if you're eligible, the reminder. If you're already doing it, this is just a reminder. Make sure you can get out and go donate blood. I need the reminder myself. So go to Life South and donate blood, and you'll be helping save some lives. Palm Garden of Ocala and Penn Flooring are the two sponsors that make that announcement possible. So let's make sure we thank them as well. Go to Penn Flooring, take a little view at some of the things they have in their showroom to see what kind of flooring you might want to consider for your home or office. They're at 1201 Southwest 17th Street. And while you're in there, while you're looking at the flooring, keep in mind that WOCA has their flooring in our studios, and it is durable, it is beautiful, it is installed correctly so there's no bubbles or anything, no folds, no torn ends, no, it's a really good stuff. And we've had it now for 6 years or more, and it's standing up to our abuse that we put on.
Yeah.
So go to Penn Flooring and you'll see what I'm talking about. If you pay a few more dollars for something, I'm not saying you will there. I'm just saying when you do, usually you end up with a really good product that you, in the long run, you're paying less for, right?
Exactly.
If you base it on year after year. Palm Garden of Ocala, go over there, take a tour. In this case, you want to ask some questions and have all those questions answered so that in the future, when you need a skilled nursing, health, and rehabilitation community, you'll be able to say, Palm Garden, I went there, I know what it's about, this is my choice for my mom, for myself, for my dad, for whoever. Whether it's short-term or long-term, you or they will be happy to be there. All right, there was a spelling bee that was out there, and all the talk hosts were talking about the different words that were the top 3 words. But I want to go to the geography bee. These were the kids that impressed me. All right? So I'm going to read the question, and I will give you the answer.
Okay, good.
Because I don't want to test you or make you feel awkward, but it's just if you know the answer, you're welcome to shout it out. But I just want to tell you, these are the questions that these kids answered.
Well, you're really good at geography. How did you do?
No, I did horrible. I am not really good at foreign geography. I'm pretty good at American geography. But that's just here. I'm not really good around the world. All right, ready? What continent? This is a continent. You only have 7 to pick from. What continent includes the Jutland and the Iberian Peninsulas? You want to take a crack at it?
Oh my gosh, the Jutland and Iberian.
What continent? It's only 7.
I know. I'll try Australia.
No, it is Europe.
Oh, okay. That was going to be my first choice, and I thought, no, I'll go with
Oh, really?
Australia.
Okay. All right. In 1971, the British government ended its protectorate in the Trucial states. These states form what present-day country on the Persian Gulf?
Oh, gee.
Oh, my gosh. Did you know this one?
Present-day country.
This kid that was a 6th grader, by the way. A 6th grader knew this.
Wow. I have no
The
clue.
answer is the United Arab Emirates.
Oh, okay. There
Okay.
you go. This is good. I
Yeah.
like this. I like being taxed.
He got all these questions right, by the way. The third one he got right. Sikkim. I might even be mispronouncing it.
Sikkim.
Sikkim. A region between Nepal and Bhutan is part of what country?
India?
India is right.
All right, there you go.
Robin.
Yay, chalk up one.
You get 1 out of
3.
3 so far. The Sea of Azov borders Ukraine and what other country?
Oh my gosh, Russia?
Russia is right. See? 2 out of 5. You're doing better. People in the most populous Scandinavian country celebrate a festival of light called St. Lucia Day, to mark the start of the Christmas season. Name the country.
Norway?
No.
Oh.
There's the only other one you would probably
Sweden.
think. Sweden is right.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Almost had it.
There you go.
Which capital city, located about 20 miles from the Adriatic Sea, is a major industrial center for Albania? Oh my gosh. I never heard of this one. It starts with a T. I'll give you a hint.
A T.
Yeah.
I can't even begin to guess what might start with a T.
It's Tirana.
Tirana.
Yeah.
There you go. I like this game.
How did this kid study for this stuff? How would he know which questions might come up?
It's things you learn since you start kindergarten. And then some people just are fascinated by
Really?
stuff, and they keep that knowledge. I mean, you can't cram for something if you've
I'd like to know.
never learned it over the years.
Listeners, if you're doing this, I would love to hear at the end of this how well you did. You don't gotta. I'm not gonna test you, but but if you call in when we're all done, you say, "Oh, I got 20 of them right." How many do I have here actually?
I don't know.
I have 15. So.
Okay.
All right, that was the 6th one. The 7th one is Iqaluit, Iqaluit, which means place of fish.
Okay.
Is the biggest community on the island in the Arctic archipelago. Name this island.
Oh my gosh, place of fish. I don't know. I don't know.
It's Baffin Island.
Baffin.
Baffin. Baffin.
There we go.
I am Alex Trebek. I have the answers in front of me. All right. All right. Hiva Oa.
Okay.
Hiva Oa, one of the main islands in the Marquesas Islands, belongs to what European country? All right. Now you got a hint. It's
England?
No, it is France.
France.
France is right. Cenotes, cenotes, or sinkholes, such as those found on the Yucatan Peninsula, are associated with which rock? It's a multiple choice.
Gibraltar?
There's 2 choices. Don't take a guess till I tell you the 2 choices.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Is it basalt or limestone?
Basalt.
No, it's limestone.
Of course.
It was multiple choice with 2 choices.
Well, Gibraltar's the only rock I know.
No, I think they meant like quartz or, igneous. Like what kind of rock?
I see. That kind of rock.
Right.
Okay.
When you have choices, wait for the choices.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Don't jump the gun. Okay.
The next one. Because Earth bulges at the equator.
Mm-hmm.
The point that is farthest from Earth's center is the summit of a peak in Ecuador. Name that peak.
I don't know.
Wow.
Can you give me a hint?
Starts with the CH.
Chasm? I don't know.
Not Chasm, no. It is Chimborazo.
There you go, Chimborazo.
A 6th grader knew all these answers.
Good for the 6th grader.
Wow.
This is great.
All right, number 11. A city on Baranof Island served as the principal town of Russian America until Alaska became a U.S. territory. Name this city.
Nome.
Sitka.
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 Sounds like something you would name your dog. The next one. Name the easternmost national capital in Central America. The easternmost national capital in Central America. Central America.
Oh, gee. I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. Starts with a P.
Panama.
Panama
City.
Panama City.
Okay. It's a half a point.
It's a city. Yeah. All right, the next one. 13. Which city is more likely to have desert vegetation? It's a multiple choice.
Okay.
Phoenix, New Orleans, or Denver?
Ooh, is that a trick question? Phoenix.
Phoenix is right.
Okay. Maybe that's a trick question.
That seems like it should be on the easy side, right?
Yeah.
All right, number 14 out of 15. Which of the following three is located on Puget Sound? Which city is located on Puget Sound? Is it Seattle, Portland, or Sacramento?
Oh, gee. Portland, I'll go with that.
It is Seattle.
Seattle.
And the last question.
Yes.
That won this young man the title of Mr. Geography.
That's cool.
Which state was the first to secede from the United States in the months leading up to the Civil War? Was it Nebraska, South Carolina, or Maryland?
Maryland.
No.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
There
That's right.
you go.
I thought that was easy one. Okay. So there you go. So how did you do?
I think I got 7.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No.
You know, in that one story we had, if you didn't even hand in your assignment, you got a 50.
Yeah. I know. That was
pretty good.
Bad.
Pretty
yeah.
good.
Ooh,
Anyway.
maybe somebody else played.
It's amazing, really, that this young man was able to get all these. Good morning. You're on the
Amazing.
air. Do you know?
Yeah, I got one for you guys. What country has the highest all-stone structure?
The highest what?
All-stone structure.
The highest all-stone man-made structure?
Yes.
The highest all-stone man-made structure. What country?
Yes. What country?
I'm looking for a country with the highest all-stone. Would it be Egypt?
No.
Okay.
So that would have been my first.
What is it?
USA.
What's the structure? What's the structure?
Washington Monument.
Okay. That's all stone?
All stone, yes.
Okay.
Wow.
I didn't know that. How'd they hold it together?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know that either, but it was on the History Channel here about a week ago.
Did you take this test or no?
Yes.
How'd you do?
I didn't get one right.
Oh, my.
Thank you, Hugh. That's funny.
Okay.
See, at least we have honest listeners. I love that. That's what endears everybody.
I got one
to
right.
us.
You did better than me, Robin. I'll tell you that. I got one right. So, all right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that little thing. I'm always amazed when I watch the spelling bee. I'm kind of amazed, but it's like okay. Mm-hmm. It's sort of kind of. It's not as. To me, this was more interesting.
Yeah, this is.
To watch this young man up there.
Yeah, very interesting.
And you
This
knew
is
the other
amazing.
kids were smart too. It's just like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, but you have to learn it. All throughout your beginning years.
Yeah.
You have to. then it's back there in the recesses of your mind somewhere, and all of a sudden you pull it out, and it's pretty amazing.
You know what's weird for me is that I could be in Ocala for how many years now? 40 years, whatever. And I'm still. Which way do I go to get to the deli? Which way? How do I get to the mall, Robin? How do I get to work?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
And I really don't know where to go if somebody else is in my car. This is the curious thing.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, let me tell you something. This is the truth. In my whole life, I've never not arrived at my destination. Do you know that? In my whole life, I've always arrived at the destination of wherever it is I was going.
Yeah.
And I have gone to many destinations with nobody else in the car but me. Or taking public transportation or walking or whatever. But if it's just me alone, I always get to my destination.
Yeah.
But when I'm with somebody else, it's amazing how many times I'm told that I turned the wrong way. You don't go this way. What do you mean I don't go this way? It'll get me there. Oh, no. The other way is quicker. It is. And then I have to challenge this. I'm always challenging things.
Yeah.
So then I will do it. I will drive both of them. Hey, Tish, and then tell them, well, you were right.
Yeah.
Or you were wrong. But either way, I still would have got us there.
Just everybody has their own way to go. It's not right or wrong. It's just personal preference.
And then they will say, I am never telling you you're wrong again. Because it took 2 hours to do all that.
Well, you stopped the car that one day, you said.
I did stop the car one day. I stopped the car and I said, okay, you drive. I don't want to drive anymore. I'll sit in the passenger side and I'll tell you where to turn, Mr. GPS man.
That was funny.
All right, if you get a chance to go donate blood, that would be outstanding. If you go down to Life South, they are on Silver Springs Boulevard, and right next door to the Cascades, right across from what used to be a restaurant. What's over there now? A bank?
No, Chase Bank.
Okay. That's on Silver Springs Boulevard. If you go to the website, do we have that list of... somebody sent us a list of the Bloodmobile locations.
Oh, yeah. I don't have it with me right now.
We don't have it, okay.
No, I haven't put it
If you go to lifesouth.org, you'll find out where the Life South Bloodmobile is.
That's
Galen Unold is on vacation. We thank Life South and Galen and his family. We wish them a really, really happy, fun time. I hope they've already been having a happy, fun time. It's already the midweek. Oh, it's Thursday. It's more than midweek.
Yeah.
Oh, they're almost done already. Oh, my gosh. That's the bad thing about going on a good trip, right?
Yeah.
It has to come to an end sometime.
That's okay. You're prepared.
All right, we've got News Bites on the other side. That's when we simply read the news, keep our opinions to ourselves. We don't take phone calls, and we don't try to be entertaining. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA Ocala.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump at an Army tank plant in Ohio to talk about the economy continues his attacks on the late Senator John McCain.
I've never liked them much. Hasn't been for me.
He says he was never thanked for authorizing Senator McCain's state funeral, to which the president was not invited. Top Senate Republican Mitch McConnell tweets without mentioning President Trump, "Today and every day I miss my good friend John McCain." It's the first big day of the men's college basketball tournament.
In the East region of the bracket, 10th seed Minnesota takes on Louisville. That's one of 4 first-round matchups on tap today in that quarter of the bracket. Over in the West region, 6 games, including top seed Gonzaga taking on Fairleigh Dickinson. 2 games in the South region, highlighted by reigning champ Villanova opening their repeat bid against 11 seed St. Mary's. And in the Midwest, 4 games, including 2nd seed Kentucky facing Abilene Christian.
Fox's Matt Napolitano in New York. This is Fox News.
Ask yourself, if you built a van for your business, where would you start? At the beginning, of course, with the people who invented the work van over 100 years ago, Mercedes-Benz. You'd give your new Mercedes-Benz Sprinter advanced technology and safety to keep you connected and protected. You'd make it available in diesel and gas, and there would be thousands of configurations and upfits to choose from. You build it right here in the USA, because your one-of-a-kind business deserves nothing less than a van that's built for you. Introducing the all-new Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, The safest, most innovative Sprinter yet, starting at just $33,790. Built for you, the all-new Sprinter, built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz, vans, born to run.
MSRP excludes all options, taxes, title, registration, transportation charge, and dealer prep fee. Options, model availability, and actual dealer price may vary. See dealer for details about costs and terms. Equipment described as optional. 2019 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter available soon.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. A 27-year-old Orange County woman is facing manslaughter and child neglect charges for the death of her boyfriend's 4-year-old son in a hot vehicle last year. Several children on Ormond Beach were struck by a vehicle that veered off a nearby roadway. None of the injuries are life-threatening. Former Florida Democratic gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum wants to register at least 1 million voters in an effort to make Florida a blue state in 2020. A Florida Senate committee has postponed a school safety bill that would make teachers eligible to carry weapons in the classroom. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has retired hurricane names Michael and Florence. Marine workers in St. Augustine helping an injured sea turtle discovered and rescued a raccoon out at sea. He was sitting on a channel marker. And SeaWorld Orlando has filed a series of building permits for another new attraction. SeaWorld says it plans to open at least one new attraction every year. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Thursday will be a nice day with sunshine, some clouds at times, especially during the morning hours. A bit on the breezy side as well, the high 72 to 76. Then clear and cool Thursday night, those ranging from the mid-40s in the coolest inland spots to the low 50s along the coast. For Friday, a gorgeous day with lots of sunshine, the high 73 to 77. And for Saturday, mostly sunny and pleasant with a high of 72 at the coast, 79 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
If you've been waiting for just the right time to stock up on azaleas, then your wait is over. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens has more azaleas in one place than anyone in town, and they absolutely will sell them for less. Dwarf, ever-blooming red ruffles are just $3.99, and they've got a great selection of dwarf to semi-dwarf azaleas in purple, red, white, pink, dark pink, plus pink and white. They're just $8.50 each when you buy 10 or more. Boston ferns, regularly $19.99. They're just $6.99. Want more? All indoor foliage is 20% off, and there's a BOGO on Confederate jasmine. Tree sale, too. Buy one at Bob's everyday low price and get a second tree just like it for half price. Huge selection of trees starting as low as $39.99. It's Bob Wine's, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3, in the same blooming place since 1952.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never